Alright then my friends, we've seen now how to add documents to a collection in Firestore, and I've gone ahead and added just a few more off screen by filling out the form a few times and then just submitting it. So we've got some extra data to play with now. And now we're going to try fetching all of these documents in this collection so we can list them on the dashboard page. So then I've already prepped a note list component right here in this components folder, and I've dropped that component into the dashboard page as well. And inside this note list component, you're going to notice I made two interfaces, note data and notes. The note data interface represents how the note documents look in terms of the data fields that they have, the title, the content, and the user ID. The note interface extends that to add on an ID property, which is going to be the document ID. And the reason I've got two interfaces here is because the ID of a document itself isn't stored in the document data. It's accessed in a slightly different way. So when we process the document data, we'll be using the note data interface, but then we'll be adding the doc ID to the objects in this component as well, at which point the type of those objects will conform to the note interface with the ID property. And actually, down here in the component, we've got some state set up called notes, which is going to be an array empty to begin with, but we say the type of data in this array will be note object with the ID attached. All right then. Now we need to fetch those notes from Firestore, process the data to make an array of these note objects, update the note state with that value, and then render the notes in the template. First then, let's use a use effect hook, which is going to fire the callback function just once when the component first renders. And so therefore, the dependency array of this needs to be empty. Also make sure the use effect hook gets imported from React as well. Okay, so next we need to make an async function whose job is going to be to fetch the documents. So I'll do that by saying const, and we'll call this fetch notes, and then we want to set that equal to an async function. And the reason we need to make this asynchronous function and not directly start fetching them within this use effect function itself is because the use effect function cannot be async. So we make this other one inside it. Right, so next we'll make a try and catch block, like always, to try fetching the data so that we can catch any error if there is one and do something with it. And again, for now, I'm just going to take that error and log it to the console by saying console.log and then just passing the error in as an argument. So then in the try block, we're going to make a new constant, which I'm going to call snapshot. And we call this snapshot because that's exactly what we're going to get back from Firestore, a snapshot of the collection at the moment this request gets sent. Anyway, we set that equal to await, and then a function called getDocs, which needs to be imported from the Firebase Firestore module. So make sure you do that. And then as an argument, we just need to pass a collection ref, which we've already seen how to make. We just need to use the collection function, which needs to be imported from Firebase. And then as a first argument, we pass the DB service that we set up in the Firebase file, which again needs importing from that file. And as a second argument, we pass the name of the collection we want to fetch, which in our case is just notes. And that's it. Now we're saying to Firebase, get all the documents inside this notes collection. So it does that. And it returns this snapshot right here, which contains a docs property that holds all those documents. Well, actually, it holds an array of document snapshots, which includes a bunch of metadata about each document and some other stuff as well as the data. So the next step then is to access that docs array on the snapshot and process all those document snapshots into an array of note objects that we can then use inside our template. And each note object, remember, contains the document data fields as well as the document ID, and we access those things separately. So then let's map the snapshot docs array into a new array of note objects, and then we can update the local state with that value. To do that, I'll make a new constant down here called documents, and I will set that equal to the snapshot that we got back and then access the docs property on it. Then I'll use the map method on that array of document snapshots, and we'll fire a function for each one, which is then eventually going to return a processed version of each document which conforms to the note interface. Also, as an argument to this callback function, we get access to the doc snapshot for the current iteration. So then, now let's return a new object then, and as the first argument, we'll add the ID property, which all note objects need, right? And the value of this is the ID from the document snapshot, which can be accessed by saying doc.id. That's it. Okay, so next we need all the data properties from the doc, as defined in the Node data interface. So the title, the content, and the UID. Now, when it comes to the data fields on a document snapshot, we don't just access them directly from the doc like we did the ID. We don't say doc.content or .title or whatever. Instead, we have to access them via a data method on the doc. So for example, I could add the title property here, right? And then the value of that could be doc.data. Then we invoke the data method, and that returns the data object. And then on that, we could access the title property. Okay? I could also do the same thing for the content by adding the content property down here. And the value of that should be doc.data, which we invoke. And then on that, we get the content property. And then finally, the UID property. And the value of that should be doc.data again, which we invoke. And then we access the UID property. Okay, so we've done it, but there is an easy way to write all this, which I'm going to show you shortly. But before we do that, I want to come down here and update the note state by saying set notes, and then we'll pass in the documents as a value, which is now that mapped array of note objects, which looks like this. And then we could use this state now to output the documents in the template. First though, I want to quickly show you that there is a quick way to add all these data properties to the returned object right here. And that is to delete all these, and then we're just going to do 3 dots, which is the spread operator, followed by the doc snapshot, and then we use the data method on it. And this then spreads all the properties and values from that data object into this returned object in exactly the same way, so we get the same 3 properties. The only problem now is that we're getting an error down here, because this state expects the objects to be note objects, right? And we're no longer explicitly adding those required properties to these objects we return right here. And the TypeScript compiler has no way of knowing what's on this data object right here. So that's why I created the note data interface, because now we can just say as note data after this to type the returned object according to that interface. And now the compiler knows what properties to expect on this data object that we're returning for this array. Right, so there's one last thing we need to do in this useEffect function, and that is to invoke the fetch notes function down here below it. Okay then, so the last thing we need to do is output the list of note documents in the template, and instead of me writing this out from scratch, I'm just going to paste in a quick code snippet and then walk through it, because this isn't Firebase code anymore, it's React code, and I don't want to waste your time on it too much. So we use curly braces in the template first to say we're outputting a dynamic value, and then we take the notes states and we map through it. And we return a bit of template for each note. This is how we list data in a React template, by using the map method. Anyway, the template for each note looks like this, and we add the key prop to each one, each root element of each note, and we need to do that in React, and then we say the value of the key is the ID of the note, because they're all unique, and keys must be unique in React. And remember, that's the ID Firebase automatically assigns to the document when we first save it to the database, okay? Then we output the note title down here, followed by the note content, and that's pretty much it. We've also got a few classes which I pre-prepared as well. So let's save the file now and try it out in a browser. Alright, so I'm on the dashboard and I just want to refresh the page to trigger that useEffect hook to fetch the documents, and then hopefully we'll see them right here, which we do. Awesome. So that's all working, and that is how we fetch documents with Firebase.